I'm Anil Kumar, and here is another video on sketching lines in 3 space, in R3 or in 3 dimensions. Okay, so that's the question. Now this is on request of my student who wants to know that if the equation is given, then how do we sketch a line in R3 or 3 space? So let me write down one equation for the line. Let's say line L1 is in which form? Okay, let's say the equation is x plus 1 divided by 2 equals to, let's say equals to y minus 2 divided by, let's say 1, and then we'll say z plus 1 divided by, let's say okay, minus 3. Okay, so we have this equation. Now which form is this? Well, this is called symmetric form of the line. Okay, now from this form, can you tell me what is the point and what is the direction of this vector? That's a good question. So the point through which this line is passing will be, let me call this point as A, and this point A will be minus 1, 2, and minus 1. So that is how you can get the point. And the direction D, direction vector, will be 2, 1, minus 3. 2, 1, minus 3. Well, this was not required. I just wrote it. You could have written just y minus 2. Okay, divided by 1. It doesn't really make much sense. Okay, so that is this. Now, the point here A, or we could treat this as a position vector. So let me write down position vector. Position vector is always from origin, right? So position vector OA. We'll write this as minus 1, 2, minus 1. So when I write like this, it becomes a coordinate, but when I write in this square brackets, it becomes a vector. So the other way, whenever I write like this, you treat that as a position vector, okay? So these are good things to know. Normally, I sometimes, actually, most of the time, skip telling them while creating these videos, okay? Now the idea is to sketch the line. So can we sketch this line? Let's try. So always keep this as a z-axis, that is your y-axis, and this is your x-axis, okay? So we will just make a small scale and then continue from there. So that's the origin, O, and this is X, Y, capital Y, and this is Z. Okay. Now the point is minus 1, 2, minus 1. So I've taken very simple values just to show you how to create a line on this 3 dimensions, right? So when I say minus 1, this is x is in positive direction, minus will be this direction, right? So let me say this is my scale. This is 1, and that is 1 unit, okay, in each direction. So minus 1 means that I move 1 unit to inside, that is minus 1, along the x. 2 is along the y, so that is 2. So this is 1 unit, then 1 more unit. So we reach here. So first move here, then here. So this is minus 1, this is 2, and then minus 1, go downwards. Okay, so let's say, so I'm not purposely touching it. Let me just keep it here, okay, because I don't have a graph paper, but anyway, okay, so we'll just keep it here. Okay, so let me just go down a bit. Okay, let's say this is my 1 unit, okay, along the z. Minus, I'm going downwards, right? So basically what has happened, or how does it look nice? It'll seem as if my line is basically on this plane, right? So anyway, let me sketch this point first. So this point is P. I kind of extended it. I didn't want to put it very close to the y-axis. That's the whole idea. But I hope you've understood. Minus 1 means go in the opposite direction to plus along the x. 2 units to the y. Minus 1 unit down, right? If you have a graph paper proper, you could exactly know where, but I'll just connect O with P, right? So this is my vector OA, right? So this is my position vector OA, right? That is what I'm saying. Okay, So I hope you got this one. Now we have located a point. Now we need to give it a direction. Direction is 2, 1, minus 3. So from here, let's give direction. Let me use another ink. Direction. So the direction is 2, 1, minus 3. So 2 is along this direction. So we'll go here, 1 and 1. So it is 2 along the x, 1 along y, 1 along y, and minus 3. So further down, right? So it is 1, 2, and 3, kind of here, right? So it seems to be very vertical the way I've done it. Okay, I don't want that. So what I will do here is change this direction to 3. Okay, let's take it to 3. So it looks better. So when I change this to 3 direction, oh, I have to do a lot of changes. Okay, so I'll do changes here also, correct? Okay, and here also, right? So the direction is 3. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay, so let me redo. So from this point A, we are going to direction 2, that is 2 units, then 3. So we'll go 3 units, 1, 2, and 3. Right, that's better, right? Minus 3, we'll go down 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we get another point B this time. So we'll call that as OB, right? So this is your vector OB, right? This is B for you. So let me write down. OB is equal to that point. So what we did really was that we added our direction to this point, right? So this point, we just added this up. So from minus 1, you add 2. So what do you get? If you add from minus 1 this 2, then you get 1. 2 plus 3 is 5. And minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4, right? So the coordinates of position vector OB will actually be 1, 5, minus 4. You get the idea, right? So what we really did was something like this. Let me rewrite this equation in vector form, right? That's the whole idea, to just show you how things are very much related. So it becomes the coordinate. We started with A, which was minus 1, 2, minus 1, and then t equals to 1 we applied, so one step in this direction, which is 2, 3, minus 3, right? Does it make sense to you? And when I do that, when I took t equals to 1, I got B, which was 1, 5, minus 4. Do you see that? And OB is my position vector, which I am showing with this arrow. Is that okay? So that's how it is. So I can now join A and B, okay, and then extend. Okay, this is not so good, but anyway, and extend and assume this is absolutely straight line. Okay, and we'll call this line as L1. So that's my line, and you see this triangle OAB. So kind of make a triangle here. So we can say this is OA, right? This is OA. This is OB, and this is A to B. Is it okay? This is A to B. We got point B by placing t equals to 1. If I have t which is less than 1, I'll get a point in between A and B. Do you understand? Between 0. So if t is greater than 0 but less than 1, then the point C will be between A and B. Is it okay? On the line. Do you understand? If I use any value of t less than 1 and greater than 0, so it will be in between. If t is greater than 1, the point will be somewhere here. If t is negative, it will be on this side, right? You get the idea, right? So different values of t will give you different points. Joining them, you get an absolute straight line. I hope with this video you understand how we can start from any equation of a line. It could be in any form, and sketch it as shown in this diagram. Now, as an exercise, question for you is find normal direction of L1, the line L1. Okay, so that's the question for you. How will you find normal? And try to sketch it. Sketch the normal of this line on this particular graph. So let this be the question for you to practice. I'm Anil Kumar, and I hope this video, which might have taken longer than required, helps you to understand the concept. Please feel free to write comments. Thank you, and all the best.